All right, welcome everyone. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Minutes from August 14th meeting. You guys, corrections, additions, changes?
I've read them out, don't see any, and all that needs correction. I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes as presented.
Just a moment. I'm good. I'll second.
I vote yes.
Roll call. Tiffany? Yes. Ed?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Communications.
The Board of Elections, sent in accordance with Ohio Revised Code, subsection 3505.14, Portage County Board of Elections will have galley proofs of all ballots to be used in the general election on November 7th, 2023 on display September 6th through September 8th. Proofs may be viewed at the Board of Elections office during regular business hours, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Proof of your ballot issue will be emailed to you at the email address you provided to our office when the issue paperwork was filed. Corrections are due no later than the close of business on the last day proofs are available for review. If our office does not hear from you, it will be assumed that the ballot language presented is correct and meets your approval. That's all I have.
Additional communications?
I have nothing.
I have nothing either. Normally we go to the fire department, however, we have a couple members of our community here. Just to bring you up to date, at the last meeting, we made a motion to accept a donation from the Civic Association of a pavilion to be built at our park. Along with that, we agreed to use a grant writer to pursue playground equipment and or a pickleball court. There were some questions what a pickleball court was, why it's important, and all that type of stuff. So this couple here is very knowledgeable about pickleball courts. They live in Deerfield. He had communicated to me before he would like to come and put a short presentation on. I'd like to let them introduce themselves and explain about the pickleball court, then we can decide if we want to move forward in including that in our grant.
You want me to hold it?
Show and tell time.
Here, I can hold that up for you, and you can point to
I'll
it.
flash it a couple times and then you can hold it.
Okay.
Or behind you.
I love
So
it.
the other,
Hey.
See if you're paying attention.
so I'm Mark Reinhardt. I've been playing pickleball for 7 years. My wife Deb Reinhardt has been playing pickleball for at least 4 years. We're from Deerfield. We've been around this area a long time. We drive to Columbia now. We drive to Canfield. We drive to North Canton. We drive to Salem Community Center. And we see the groundswell of pickleball really taking off. We meet people from this area in those rural locations. So the common question is, can we have it more local? Can we have it? The beauty, here's a few handouts, and I'll just...
They already have a copy.
Oh, they
I
do?
made copies.
Okay.
Get
If
them.
anybody wants just some background information on it. Pickleball is It's the country's fastest growing sport. There was 8.9 million people playing it. It grew 159% in a couple of years since 2020. So it's really taken off. It started with older people in Florida, myself included, and now from ages 8 to 90 are playing pickleball. And the beauty of it is, if you show up in 20 minutes, you can play a decent game of pickleball. I mean, you know the rules. It's simple to play. It's pretty harmless. There's wiffle balls that don't hurt.
Outdoor wiffle ball.
That happens to be an outdoor one. An indoor has a little bit bigger holes, but the same thing. And the paddle's like 8.5 ounces, so it's pretty light and easy to use. It's a game that a lot of people get a lot of not only fun and exercise, but a lot of social interaction. People are having fun, helping each other. Beginners help advance help everyone play together. So we're really hopeful that this could be brought closer to our community where we have a shorter drive and we can get to meet and get to play with a lot of people that are in this area now going somewhere else. Some of the beautiful things about it is on one tennis court, you could put in 3 pickleball courts. So it takes a lot less space, it's a lot less running. Usually you play 2 on each side, so you're covering a very small area. Like I say, it's a fast-growing sport. There's even professional teams now. The number one female player in the world is 16. She's making 6 digits playing pickleball, in high school. So there's some good money, believe it or not. LeBron James is almost part of a professional team. So it's not just a made-up game anymore. It's been around for a while. It's really, really taken off. So just some examples of a court.
Most of the local high schools have some form of pickleball going on in their phys ed classes and stuff too now.
Just so you see this. So this is in Columbiana, just down the road at Firestone Park. They had 4 tennis courts. They took one of the courts and divided it with a little bit of fencing, restriped it. Now they have 3 pickleball courts. And they have a rack where there's always a dozen people waiting to play the next game. So it's getting used every morning from 9 to 11. There's a lot of people that have the time to play, and then in the evenings, a lot of people that work and younger people come and use the courts. So they're really getting used quite a bit.
So I know the last time we talked was it Berlin Lake Association? You think they were going to, I think that was mentioned before.
Yeah, so Tim and Emily from BLA are very interested. They play the game a lot too. Many members in that club are interested in it. So I think they're saying, every time I run into them, it's, what do we know? Is it moving ahead? So we're hopeful we can tell them that grants can be obtained, that we can help drive that. I have a few quotes. I even have a little bit more information than what I gave you on the materials.
Yeah, they have those.
So let me ask you this, our current basketball court,
Okay.
can we do anything with that, at least put one in temporarily for now?
Possibly. I don't. You have the dimensions there. Is it a full court or a half court?
It's a half court,
Okay.
so I mean, I don't know.
What do
I'm
you
just
need
saying,
dimensionally? You need
20 by 44.
just for the court, and you need another probably 8 feet around that. And
right, I would just suggest maybe that we have that already, that you could get maybe one court in and start while we're looking for, means to build a new one.
It's possible.
I mean, that would at least set one up that
Right.
could be used.
It's possible. I had a little slab in my house, and I bought a $50 net and set it up, and people actually would play there. I mean, it's not the most desirable when people wouldn't get it to do it, but it at least introduces people, so it's possible.
Want to measure that out? I don't know where Buddy's there. What size do you think that is?
I think me and Gary said it was
Huh?
20 by 40 or something like that.
I'm thinking 20 by 40.
That's what I'm thinking.
So
It
it's,
might be, I measured it.
So we're 4 foot short.
okay.
So you could add
Well,
on to 4 foot.
the actual court, they got 48.4 diagonal, 10 foot on each side, which would be 20, but you want that extra on the side. You have to measure. I mean, I'm all about it. I think that would be, I think it would get used a lot.
I'm sure of it now.
It'd be a nice addition to the park, we just have to find funding.
You're right. And we can help, provide input. I went out to, on that list of the people that have built the local courts, a One of them built brand new courts at Arrowhead Country Club in North Canton, and those are full all the time. There's 6 courts there, and people waiting constantly to play. So I have the name of the companies that have built local, Jackson Township and so on. I've reached out to all of them to say, can they provide a guesstimate of what 4 courts might cost, a sample of a quote of some sort not to be held to, just so grant writer has some good basis to work from. And I think they would, if grant writer had questions, whatever, I think they could provide that input on the right materials or the right things to request, fencing included. You do need fencing around it because they're chasing balls,
Right.
constantly. But certainly there's a number of us that have a lot of interest and would help provide input from whatever sources.
Now that our park is multi-use, because we have soccer, and again, that opens up some other grants, then we can add this. We can add, again, there's a lot of things we'd like to do with that park, but just the funding, volleyball, basketball, we have soccer now and pickleball.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I think the time is right for pickleball.
it's popular.
And we've talked about using our grant writer to try to get playground equipment, and we did not specify this because we were waiting for more information. I think we should ask the grant writer whether to include this in the grant for playground or a separate grant for this and go by her recommendation. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think it's something we need to pursue, whether we pursue it as part of another grant or a separate individual grant.
Whatever she thinks is better to get. I'm gonna say if she's already working on the playground, writing that grant, I would say finish that grant out and do the second.
She's
Or
waiting
if
to
she-
start on it until we talk to more about this right now.
Okay, all right. Well, then we'll have to find out what she thinks. Does she think 2 separate or 1? She's the grant writer.
So regardless, we move forward with the grant, whether included or separate.
Correct.
I'll make a motion that we move forward pursuing a grant for a pickleball court, whether it's included in their playground equipment or as a separate grant.
Second.
Sure, yes.
Excellent.
Thank you. You'll be available for questions from her or whatever? or-
Anytime. If you have my number, I'll make sure I'm
Yes.
available to go do some research on that.
You guys did a nice job in the presentation. You spent time.
I do want to
We'll leave that
say,
with you too. So.
this is a sport that young kids can play or older people.
Yep.
It's a sport that spans both of those. And this is our Florida pickleball. We play in the winter in Florida. And it shows our granddaughter who, there's a practice board that you can put up in the court.
Right.
And you can hit against it so you can practice.
Right.
Just the overall look of the court with fencing, there's also, it shows, and you could put a winch.
Like a big netting up on the screen to get across.
Now, is there leagues with this yet or no?
There are professional leagues that play. You can see it.
But I'm talking locally. Is there leagues or teams that you guys?
They have shootouts and they have tournaments and things like that. So they have those kind of things. North Canton, Hall of Fame all have those kind of indoor and outdoor. Not leagues like a bowling league necessarily.
Right.
Couple weeks.
It might start.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, we'll leave that with you.
Yes, leave that so we can show it to people and stuff. Thank you, guys. You've put a lot of time into that, and we appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's your closest one, man.
Well, Salem indoors at Salem Community Center, there's
Yeah.
some days down there, so I'll leave it open. If anybody, here at one like to try it, we can be available just to kind of give somebody else
Okay.
introduction to the sport.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that.
Thanks.
Roll call, Tiffany, yes, Mark.
Yeah.
Ed.
Yes. All right, now we'll go to the fire department.
All right. We don't have a total of food breakdowns of calls. It's not a however, we just ran our 41st call of the year.
How many?
341.
341. Obviously, we just had a storm that came through over the weekend that was very sketchy. So there's that, and I think the area around here is fair, somewhat okay compared to what other townships and communities are dealing with. We had a couple of significant calls with lines down, but nothing major. So, that's done, I believe the engine's gonna go next.
Right.
I believe that's the plan, they're gonna put the air inject on there, so the truck will get full of air at all times.
And are we ready to go on the air over at the fire station, the lines that you guys put in? Are those ready to go?
Airlines?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta build some lines, that's all.
Okay, but we're getting close to getting those done?
I think it's the drop.
They're all up.
Drop downs?
I think that's what.
That's what I'm talking about, the drop down, we gotta hook in.
Okay.
Get on it,
Yeah,
You guys just make air roads.
slackers.
The fittings are down to the garage.
Right.
Scott gave me this for Zach about a fire officer 1 and 2 plus. Is this for payment?
Yeah, it's already been approved, and they said they haven't received a check yet.
Yeah, it's
He's
passed.
got-
Yep. Now go to Kristy then.
That's for you.
No, we've already motioned this, you just need to.
Okay. I also got handed, I believe it's Anthony wants to go to police officer school. So this will fall under the safety stuff. And if I can read it correctly, it's for $38.80.
It's for what?
$3,889.
Is there a limit on the state for grant or what they pay? I don't remember.
I have a question in regards to how it's all broken down. It says year one, you can spend up to $5,000. I don't know if we can spend, there's $20,000 allotted for further education. So I don't know. I need to talk.
Yeah,
to
do we want to spend that if we only have how much?
I think there's $20,000 for further education.
Over 4 years.
Over
So
4
the
years.
first year, I can answer that question. The first year is only $5,000 is allocated, so it is specific per year.
So that was over.
So that we couldn't
Well-
probably do yet. Because we've already spent and approved for other people to go to.
As far as I know, it's just the water diving class. I don't think we've used anything else for the higher education that I'm aware of unless you allocated for something
How
else.
much was it?
750.
750, I think.
But again, with all these new members, I think we would want to get those members first. That need to go
Well,
to
this
Fire
is-
One.
No, that's separate. This is just
That's
higher
separate from
education.
this is higher education.
Okay, I got you, that's,
This is separate. So that
but
would.
so did the dive class fall under higher
It
education?
did, we
Yes.
used it as that, because it doesn't qualify for the routine EMT firefighter classes like the other classes that we were sending people to did.
Okay.
So those are for extra above and beyond, which is exactly what the Safer Grant is budgeted for, to further their education, the betterment of them as an individual.
So this is 5,000 per year, that totals 20,000 over the 4 years.
Correct. So it would be a one-time thing, and if he wanted to continue or do something else, he'd have to reapply for next year, because we have to keep that.
Yeah, so
separate.
how does that come into effect though? So first come, first served, is that how we're gonna?
It would be per the chief's discretion, how he wants to allocate the money for our approval.
So then we need your, what's
I
that?
say he's gonna be biased since he's a police officer.
No, what do you, Chief?
Is there a date in this? Do we have to decide higher? Can we look into this more and talk at next
I don't
meeting?
know.
How many members, new members that need all the training with so many kids?
No, this is.
No, this is higher education.
This is
considered.
above and beyond all that.
It's
This
not-
is something totally separate from
If
that.
somebody wanted to go to school for accounting, they could go to school for accounting. That's higher education.
We're paid the
I
fire
can fill
department.
you in on that later if you want to talk more about it.
You want to table it till next
When
meeting?
is it due?
He doesn't know yet.
Oh, we
All right.
can table that. if
Yeah,
you want,
let's
but, I
wait till
mean,
we talk about it a little bit more and,
Honestly, I'd hate to see any of this money go to waste.
Oh, absolutely.
If somebody wants to use it,
All
I
right,
think
but I'm
it's,
gonna make a motion, we table it till next meeting.
we're gonna spend it.
right.
We're not gonna let
Yes.
that money sit there.
Wasn't that before all this grant stuff even started?
What's
That
that?
there? No, that wasn't.
No. Right, I made a motion to table it till.
I'll second.
Yes. We're voting on tabling that till the next next meeting if you
Roll
want
call,
to.
Tiffany?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Yes.
So if you wanted to take your seat, you should be able to find it.
No,
Okay, all right.
We're good.
We have two applications, I believe, which I think we should table them. That's up to you guys. So we get hopefully next month, start past there.
Well, I mean, okay, so here we go.
These both have some fire credentials already, I would
Yeah,
guess.
so, all right, so here's the one that I have a question on. She's in the bar.
Yes.
So that's pretty,
Oh, I know, it's basically a part-time job.
right. All right. So she did definitely used our community in a way around. Okay, the second one is Stowe. Not bad. And this one, James Cody Clark has what?
I believe he has his fire too, but he's pregnant, and he's a
Oh. Dude, we can bring them on. They'll still fall under the safer term. Here's our other one. If we can have these folks come to our next meeting, introduce themselves, whatever, that'd be great. But, this is, he's from, Stowe, paramedic and firefighter too.
Yeah.
Again, they will fall under just like the last hires we did, we just have to backtrack a little bit.
But I mean, they would be available to do shifts
Oh,
with staff
if
and
he's
stations,
gonna
so
work.
if they're doing that, it doesn't really matter where they're from, as long as they're
Right.
available to spend
Right.
the time here. It's not like they would be doing volunteer calls necessarily.
I'll make a motion, we accept both.
Michelle Williams is also a BLS instructor.
Basic life support.
Have you met, I'm assuming in,
Yeah, I met both.
in your.
Cody is also a dive master.
Oh, okay. Any reservations about hiring them? I'll second that. I don't see why not.
I'll vote yes.
Roll call, Tiffany?
Yes, Mark?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
All right, good move
Even
on.
if she's from Navarre and she
Yes.
wants to come and do a shift, that's fine.
Go ahead.
We're working on getting more prices for the rain that Scott brought up at the last meeting. I have not gotten them yet.
Okay.
So maybe by your next meeting we'll have those. Are we able to move on this list of old inventory?
I believe so.
We already approved, you guys did.
We need a resolution though to disperse.
No, we did vote last week.
We did a
Did
resolution
we?
last meeting, yes.
Okay.
All we specified was that any metal, brass, something like that, that has any monetary value, that we don't scrap it, that we.
We
brass-
scrap it.
Brass, we scrap it to get money out,
It
but other
sounds
than
like
that,
There's an Indian reservation, so I take all this stuff. So, if you guys are cool with that.
What?
An Indian reservation is gonna take all this equipment supposedly, because they don't fall under any NFPA guidelines.
I just learned too, and I'm trying to remember and look it up, of an online auction site that would justify the requirements to sell things about some of the,
yeah.
I forget what.
So
they're-
this is,
Gov deals thing.
It's gov deals.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
so is this, so you're wanting to donate it to an Indian reservation?
If they wanna come and get it, sure, but if not, it's going in the trash.
That they don't get any grants or funding?
Somebody said they were
They
coming
do
up
not
in a
get
couple
any grants
weeks.
or funding, they don't follow NFPA guidelines.
Nope.
They're willing to take all of our old stuff if we have, because they don't have any guidelines and they have no equipment, they're just starting in the fire department.
We already made a resolution that is of no use and no value to the township, which is why we were able to make that resolution to dispose of this. I'm okay with donating it to something like that, and still disposing of it.
Right?
Would this stuff have any kind of value on that .gov deals or whatever? Is that even worth the
Not the stuff
trouble?
that we're willing to.
Most of
give
the
back.
stuff is
Okay.
old
Obsolete.
stuff.
Like old
Scott
codes and
thinks-
stuff like that that we can't use.
Extension cord.
Yeah.
I'm fine
They
with
can
that,
use
as long as there's no
whatever
great value
you
that
have to
we're.
have.
So you wanna
The brass and stuff.
We already made a motion to
Right.
disperse it, so if you'd
disperse
like
it,
to
so
So you were all okay with the reservation? Okay.
I'm fine with that.
I don't think we need I don't think we need to make a motion on that, do we?
We made a, no, we
We
don't.
made
We
a
already have a
resolution to
resolution
dispose
again.
of it already.
Okay.
Did last meeting.
Yeah, there you go.
And the last thing I have is, we had a slight issue on the wires down calls where our flashlights are sort of obsolete. So, we're gonna get some prices for the next meeting and get a couple flashlights for the,
Okay.
for the trucks at least. So that'll be coming down for the next meeting, that is all that we have.
All right, there's one other thing. Did we make the motion to send the four-wheeler since now the ATV is active?
We did make the motion to do it, but we held on to it till the new one's ready to go. And we wanted to get it into the beginning of the auction cycle, not the end. And I think we're just starting a new auction cycle, so
And
if it is, we need to take
And
it.
we agreed that we're gonna sell the trailer separate than the four-wheeler because we'll get more money out of it that way.
Yes.
So I think we moved on it already?
Yeah, we already moved on.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So you'll have it for the next.
Right. If the new auction, yeah, we don't want to come in at the end of an auction, yes. Okay.
I think they're just getting ready to start now, so if it is, we'll get it up
Will
there.
you guys handle that?
Yeah.
Because it's ready to roll.
It's ready to go.
Okay. Just as long as whoever takes it understands that we're selling them separately.
I'll be one of the ones to take it, so.
Okay. All right, that's all you got?
I think so.
Okay.
Any
Thank you,
questions?
sir.
No?
Road department.
I gotta put these on.
It's right.
Right.
Road Department of Buildings and Grounds, let's do them all at once. Under Road Department of Buildings and Grounds, we have received a letter of resignation from Gary Lifelight. He got an offer, a very good offer for a job right up his alley. Money is stupid money. I don't blame him for taking this job. It's a good place to work and everything. So with that in mind, we have to hire someone. We have to advertise to hire someone. We have to make a motion to do that. So I guess basically to start out, we need to make a motion to advertise to hire to replace Gary.
I'll make a motion that we advertised a full-time position to replace Gary in the road department.
I'll second.
And I'll say yes.
Then we have to decide how long we're going to allow the advertisement to go and how long they have to get a resume into us so that we can look it over in a timely manner. Give them time to do it.
Well,
Oh, you guys do a roll call, go ahead.
Roll call, Tiffany. Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Sorry.
I can be trained.
Okay. So here's what we look at. September, if we do 2 meetings, I hope we don't.
Right now, we don't have the second meeting scheduled.
Okay, so our next meeting's the 11th. That doesn't give us enough time. So I'm thinking we might have a full special meeting. If we say they have to be in by the 23rd, we could pull a special meeting on that Monday at 6 o'clock to interview maybe? I don't know. Whatever.
23rd is a long time though. That's.
Well, you want to go the 16th?
We're almost in September now.
Tomorrow's the 1st, isn't it?
No.
Okay, the end of this week.
Friday is the first.
So let's go to the 15th. Or do you want to go shorter than that?
I think the
That's
15th
2
sounds
weeks.
reasonable.
15 sounds
If
reasonable
we
to
can get
me.
it in quickly.
Yeah.
You guys can get it in the record courier.
Right, then we can word of mouth. So applications have to be in by the 15th,
Postmarked by the 15th.
and then we should be able to interview on the 18th, 19th. I mean, we need to do this fairly quick. We're coming into winter.
That'll
We
be
have
the
a lot
second
of.
meeting in September then, so.
Yeah, well, we might as well just have a second meeting in September.
Okay, should we make the motion on
I'll make a motion that we have a second meeting in September, the 25th at 6 p.m. It will be a regular meeting where we will also address the hiring of a replacement for Gary. That was a motion.
So your motion is that the resumes and applications have to be in by end of business day on the 15th.
Correct, and, well, I was actually moving that we have a second meeting in September 1st, but we can do it that way.
Can we
too.
do a second meeting on the 18th? Again, I guess because now we're going to put us a month behind before we even can hire.
So if we have them postmarked by the 15th, we may not get them until the 16th,
Right.
18th, and then we need to review them, so that doesn't give us much time.
So
We can,
maybe-
but that's probably cutting it tight.
So maybe we could, maybe not have the regular second meeting, but we could have a special meeting during that week, like the 20th? All I'm saying is now we're gonna go without we're gonna take applications and we're gonna wait another 9 days before we can even discuss hiring somebody.
And then whoever we hire, if they have another job, they're gonna have to give a week or 2 weeks notice.
So we might have to, like I said, even if we get it done by can we shorten that up, do the 13th? And then maybe do a meeting on the 18th? I mean, I don't know.
We can.
I'm just trying to get it done quicker, because that's gonna give them still 2 weeks. Because if that's 13 days, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 days. So give them to the 13th, and then we'll look at them, we'll bring people in for interviews. I don't think we have to have a special meeting for interviews, do we? Yes, we do, because all three of us are gonna be, so it's a quorum. That'd be a quorum.
Mark, how soon is TJ coming back?
GJ right now is off until the 13th.
At least
To
till
be
the
determined.
until the 13th.
What about after the 13th, is he still off?
We don't
We
know.
We don't know yet.
We don't know that.
That's what I'm saying.
I know
So
you're
members of the
gonna know
doc-
that,
He may be
but
on
you're gonna
until
wait
the
this
30th.
long.
Yeah, he
That's
very
what I'm
well might
saying.
be.
So let's cut it off on the
Better speed
13th,
it up.
and then let's plan on a special meeting, whatever works for all of us.
On the 18th is a Monday, Mondays are good. And plus that gives us just enough time for the postmark ones to roll in.
3 weeks.
You wanna do it that way?
I'm good with that. Yeah.
Okay, the 13th, the applications have to be in, resumes turned in, they can be mailed P.O. box, or they can be dropped off directly here on certain days, and we'll have a special meeting on the 18th at 6 p.m. Now, you want to call that a special meeting or a second meeting, just in case we have other things to discuss?
It's gonna be a special
Be a
meeting
special meeting
because
because
it's not a regular
it's
time.
only two
Okay,
discuss
that's fine.
employing or hiring someone.
And then we won't have a regular meeting on the 25th.
Correct. That's
That works, that works for me.
Good with me.
All right, you got that, Kristy? Applications in by the 13th, special meeting on the 18th. We will not have a regular 25th meeting.
What
And
time
that
you want the
special meeting was to
applications
be
in by?
higher.
Close of business day on the 13th,
So 5 p.m.
5 p.m. That's normally what we do in a close of business day.
Okay.
Are we making an advertisement or are we just sending something to the paper to fill the position? Do we have a requirement for the
Yeah.
position?
That's what I was gonna ask, what are you guys gonna require they have?
Do we have a job, a requirement
Well,
for the position before that we can review?
A driver's
Somebody,
license.
and they have no idea what they're doing on the road.
Again.
Department,
Well,
And we
then hire them
and we probably wouldn't hire them then.
right, and they gotta be physically fit, number
and
one.
seen guys hired and have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be like hiring John.
So that's you're putting it in the winter.
I think we're gonna get some quality people who are gonna apply for this. I've already had some interest on it, so.
Well, I got a couple guys too that
Okay.
they did before it didn't go.
What was your motion that nobody did?
I'm gonna make a new motion that applications are due on September 19th, or 13th, September 13th at the close of business, 5 p.m. We will have a special meeting on the 18th at 6 p.m. to review applicants. No meeting on September 25th.
I thought Mark already did.
Yeah, we did that.
Nobody seconded
I
it.
know.
Oh, second.
Yes,
Roll call, Tiffany.
Yes.
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 Okay, so we got that. Couple other things, our international dump truck, our big one, the guys were using it, they put it in the garage, came in the next morning, a lot of hydraulic oil and fluid and stuff on the floor underneath it. They topped the fluids off, took it to K&D Trucking. K&D Trucking had to order some steel lines that were rusted out. While they were there, they checked the brakes out and had to do some brake work, not replace brakes, but some other things and everything. It is done. I do not have a dollar amount on it yet, but I will make a motion that you do have it?
Is that for that?
Did Ronnie say anything to you about
No,
that truck?
That's not it, that's 550.
Did it have
That's
no
that's
entry in it?
the,
Totally empty.
Okay.
so I'll make a motion that we pay the bill when we pick that truck up tomorrow from K&D Trucking. It went in under an emergency situation. We couldn't just leave it set. They've had it a week or longer now. We need the truck really bad. I'll make a motion that we pay those repairs.
I'll second.
Yes.
Roll call, Tiffany.
Yes.
Ed.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
And what truck was that?
The international dump truck for the road department.
We also need to approve this before we propose.
I thought we already approved taking it to K&D Trucking.
Ambulance.
That's the bill for me.
Have we already approved this?
Okay, I'll make, if we did not, I will make a motion that, I'm pretty sure we already made the motion to take our ambulance to K&D Trucking to get the air system
Yes.
worked on, repaired. It is great now, good shape.
Yeah.
It's
So
done.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we pay
Pay
this
that.
bill.
Yes.
You made a motion like 2 meetings ago.
Yeah, I thought we did too.
Yeah.
And it's
I
done.
think we
But
did.
you made a motion again, you seconded, Tiff.
Yes.
I'll say yes.
Roll call, Tiffany.
Yes.
Ed.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
It's less than I thought it would be.
Yeah, because
Me
you
too.
thought it was gonna be more than that.
Me
I
too.
think we went up to 25.
Yeah. All right, a couple other things on the road department down on Johnson Road, right before the curves. There's some huge old trees there. They've been there a long time. The limbs are growing out. It's getting heavier. They're hanging down onto the road. I know the semis aren't supposed to be on the road, but they're going down there. We eliminated one limb in-house. Gary and Buddy and I went down, cut the limb off, got rid of it. It was hanging down low enough that the semi-caps and boxes were hitting it. So we eliminated that limb. But there's 7 or 8 more limbs that are gonna start doing exactly the same thing. I got a price from a local tree guy of $600 to go in there, remove all those limbs, remove the brush, grind them up, whatever we need to do to make that safe going around there. They've done work for us before. They took the tree down up at the old town hall up there, the same company that did that. I'll make it $600 for them to do that.
They did a good job and they cleaned up after themselves.
I'll have to think what it is. It's back there behind me on Burnell Lake back there. They're the ones that took the one down at the old town hall up there for us tonight. Right now, the name left me. But I'll get it to you. So I'll make a motion that we hire them to do those limb removal and whatever else trimming they need to do.
I'll second.
Yes.
Roll call, Tiffany.
Yes.
Ed.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
I don't have anything else. I do have a couple things. Number one, Tim has been off for a couple months now. He may be off another month. We just lost another full-time employee due to other employment. Our cemeteries are in desperate need of weed eating. I'm going to ask right now the public to someone, 2 or 3 or 4 people step up and volunteer to help us come down and weed eat the cemeteries on a one-time basis, 2-time basis, whatever we need. I know I'm not asking you guys individually, but I'm putting it out there on social media that we need help catching up on the weed eating due to lack of employees. So anyone that would help do that, I would appreciate it. We have contact any one of the board of trustees or Buddy. We do have forms that you sign which holds us harmless to injury or something. If you get hurt, you would have to sign one of them. If you have weed eaters, fine. If not, we have weed eaters and gas and all that stuff that we could provide. So I
Might be a way for people to get their volunteer hours.
absolutely. So I threw that out there. What else we have, Buddy?
And I think Mike and Bob Brown said that they would.
When is the stuff ready?
No, we already approved it. We already approved that.
What about contacting the sheriff to get a broker or something?
That is on my list to do. Contact the sheriff, see if there's anybody that he can send out to.
Dan volunteered to help you.
Yeah, he's on the ship, he's working.
Mr. Limbert implied at one time that they could do something like that. I don't know if their policies have changed. All we can do is call and ask, and they can say no.
Right.
And if we can, we can, but, they may not do it, so. Okay, so I have that on there. I just want to address, there was a social media video about a tree down across Hartsel Road, kept saying, they left it there, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, they could have done this. We pay taxes. That tree went across Hartsel Road, huge tree. It pulled down the electric power line on one side of the road, went across the road and took down all the communication cables, whatever else. It was all wrapped up in the tree. We are not permitted to cut trees up and remove them when there are power lines involved. I called the EMA from Portage County, they were aware of it. I called Portage County Sheriff, they had a report, they were aware of it. And we called Ohio Edison, and they were aware of it. So I'm I'm sorry someone's upset, I'm upset too, I didn't like it laying on there, but our employees are not permitted to cut trees up when there are power lines involved. Everyone was notified that morning by 6 o'clock in the morning. That storm happened about 1:30 or 2. By 6, all of those people have been notified. So I just wanted to address that we opened up some roads, we did everything we could do, and we got that one right there. There was nothing we could do to open that road up other than contact all those people. So,
And I think Ohio Edison also says until they clear the lines, we can't do anything.
right, that is true. So I have nothing else unless I'm missing somebody. Motion to adjourn the meeting and pay bills.
Second.
Yes.
Tiffany.
Yes.
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 No,
Everything's fine there. Yeah.
that kind of irritated me. That
Really, there's somebody actually,
he's a son. He
it wasn't Mark Hanford, was it?
No, it's a son.
Oh,
He lives in.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah.
Tell us what you're doing.
Thank you.
Get my money. Wait a minute, I just paid you for the church spot. I got one in the car for 1 second.
Thanks for your follow, you guys. I think that was productive.
Do you want me to spray that driveway before we do that? Round up or something, kill the weeds?